All right. I think we're good to go ahead and start here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm not a professor, but you can call me Nat. And welcome on in. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, halfway through the week, which is good. Yeah, welcome on in. I saw. I want to say. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Hello, Neff. I saw you did the little say hi thing while I was getting ready. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. I know last stream, you said unfortunately you had that migraine, but hope you're doing good. And yeah, so let's see. What do I need to say before we start doing our thing? Oh, I do. So this stream today, it might be a little shorter than normal, because I have some IRL stuff that I have to do over the next few days. I need to get ready for that. So I might have to end a little bit earlier than normal. Probably not too much. That's why I kind of started a little bit early, a little bit earlier today too. Well, honestly, we'll see where the we'll see where the stream leads us. Because sometimes I say that, and then like we end up going down a crazy rabbit hole. Yeah. So today is going to be another research stream. Hopefully it'll go better than the last one. The last one, it was okay. I mean, like, unfortunately, what happened is that there just happened to be 3 people with the exact same name living in the same place at the exact same time. And unfortunately, we couldn't find any, like, concrete 100% proof of which one made the patent we were researching. And because of that, I kind of scrapped, like, saving all of that, like, like all the stuff that we found and everything. Because after every stream, I, like, save all the documents and all the information that we found. But for that one, I didn't, just because it didn't feel right, because I feel like we couldn't 100% prove, like, oh yes, this is who that was, or this is 100% who we are looking for. Because I still wasn't 100%. I figured it wasn't, it wasn't worth, and probably in good, just like academic honesty, to like say like, yes, this is them, when I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, hopefully that won't happen today. Hopefully, it will be a little easier today. And I did make sure that the person we're researching today does not live in a big metropolitan area, so hopefully that won't be an issue. Let's see. Was there something else I wanted to? Oh, yes. Because I am going to be a little bit busy this weekend, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a gorilla stream during the middle of the week or middle of the weekend. I'm before our normal stream on Sunday. I'm not 100% sure. I might. It really just depends on how the next 2 days go. And if I do stream, it'll most likely be a 2-point museum stream, where we will be going back to the museum, back to Smithsonian 2, and we'll continue where we left off. And I'll try to remember what the hell we were doing, because honestly, I remember we were working on the aquarium, and I think we got everything. It was just I needed to organize it was the issue. I think that's what we were at yesterday. But anyway, let's see. I think that's all the little announcements out of the way. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of updates on like what's going to be coming up. So I say, let's go ahead and let's just jump into it. Let's just jump right into what we're going to be researching today. So let's go ahead and let's go to our classroom here. All right. So here we are. This today is what we're going to be researching. This this creepy gingerbread magnet. Looks like something straight out of Shrek. Like almost exactly like the scene in Shrek where Gingy gets tied down and is being interrogated. But yeah, it's a magnet, basically, a magnet display. From 1922. Let's see, and let's go. Oh, wait, actually, before we do that, let's, real quick, before I forget, mark our free space on our bingo, because, of course, we always do our genealogy bingo here. Let's see. All right. So we got that. We'll fill that in as we go. Hopefully we'll get a bingo today. Last time it was really hard to get it because we just couldn't 100% confirm anything. But yeah, so this creepy thing is what we're going to be researching today. It's always the weird stuff that sometimes gets like this, like the prank stuff and like this kind of stuff that you get the most interesting people, I feel like, when we do this. But we'll see. All right. Oh, I forgot I had it so zoomed in. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can actually read it. So, okay, so we can see here that this thing was invented by a man named William James Kerr. And hallelujah, we have a middle name. Not an initial, a full middle name, which is fantastic. That is going to make this so much easier now that we know exactly what this guy's middle name is right off the bat. And we can see here that they are from a place, a town or city called Smethport. Smethport, Pennsylvania. I've never heard of that place. I don't know where exactly that is. I'm hoping, I didn't have a chance to look up exactly where it is, but like, I'm hoping it's not like a suburb of like Philadelphia or Pittsburgh.
Wow. What a beaut.
Oh, hey, pirate. Thank you so much for... Wait. Didn't you subscribe last stream? Well, hey, thank you for the 6-month streak. Maybe this is like for... Wait! Subscribe for... Wait. You subscribed for a 6 months in advance? Wait. Is that what you did, pirate? Or am I reading that wrong? Am I just... If that is right, thank you so much, man. That is so awesome to wow, 6 months. 6 months at tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Well, having last stream, I did 6 months in one go. Well, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for, I mean, just thank you for being here, you know, and anybody else, you know, all you guys who are here right now. Thank you so much. This is, I mean, I don't do it for the subscriptions or anything like that. I just do this because I love sharing this stuff. And I'm glad that I've found, you know, people who are interested in this too, and not just me. But yeah, man, thank you so much. 6 months. Wow. So you're gonna be good till March? Till like end of March, I guess? If my math's right? But yeah, man, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Wow. But if you just joined us, pirate, we were in the middle of this is what we're gonna be researching today. We got creepy gingerbread magnet straight out of Shrek, invented by a man named William James Kerr from Smethport, Pennsylvania, and they filed this application for this patent back on December 14th, 1922. So a little over 100 years ago. And let's go ahead. Let's read a little bit of this. And see exactly what it is. It's some sort of magnet thing, but let's see if we can learn a little bit more about it. What exactly it is that he's patenting. Be it known that I, William J. Kerr, a citizen of the United States, residing at Smethport, in the county of McKean and state of Pennsylvania, have invented certain new and useful improvements in toy novelties, and I do declare the following to be a full, clear, and exact description of the invention, such as will enable others skilled in the art of which it appertains to make and use the same. The present disclosure of my invention relates to improvements in toy novelties comprising a horseshoe magnet contacting with the front side of a display card and connected with this card. Experience has taught that when the magnet is connected with the card by stapling in the usual manner, it often becomes disarranged on the card or detached entirely, therefrom during shipment and handling, particularly when a cutout figure is also connected with the card by the same fastening means as the magnet. It is the principal object of the present invention to improve upon toy novelties of the type set forth by providing a new and improved means for securing the magnet against shifting upon the card, but it is to be understood that the invention is equally applicable to other novelties in which an article of manufacture of some sort is to be held non-shiftably upon a display card. Okay. What is the most inventive state based on the number of patents? I don't know. Honestly, I think if you were to look at that, you're probably just going to get the most populated state. Because we have a lot of patents. I mean, the most common one I've seen when doing this is New York City. In terms of like repeats, especially these older ones, but it's the most populated city in America, so it honestly just statistically makes sense that that's where the most patents are going to come from. So if I had to guess, it's probably New York or California, because those are the most populated states. I've noticed we haven't had a lot from like the South. If you divided it by population. Yeah, if it was like more like just, okay, like per capita. I don't know. I mean, well, you have to think how far back some of these patents go. Like, I've noticed, I mean, there's not really been a lot in like the South. Like, kind of like the Bible Belt area, like Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. We just had one the other day from Louisiana, and that felt like an outlier. The last stream we just did was Louisiana, and that felt more like an outlier. I feel like most of them are coming from the Northeast, like mid-Atlantic and like Northeast, some Midwest. But honestly, that just makes sense because that's the more industrial, and historically that's been the more industrial part of America. And in the more industrial sections, you're more likely to have people inventing patents and stuff like that. Whereas the South and like the Midwest are more agricultural. So you're probably, I mean, you'll get patents related to like agriculture and farming and things like that. But in terms of just like everyday stuff, more likely, it's mostly, I think, like the most popular region I've noticed has been like New England, Mid-Atlantic, and like California is like the outlier. But yeah, that would be, I wonder if somebody has done like and seen like what state makes the most patents per capita. Actually, hold on. Now I'm curious. Now you've got me curious. Hold on. So as of right now, okay, here we go. States are ranked on the average number of, here we go, hold on, let me show you, actually. Let me actually show it to you and not just talk about it. Here we go. So this is from usnews.com, which is an okay source, but this metric reflects the number of patents granted by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office annually. States are ranked on the average number of patents granted per million residents. Yeah, so So based on million records, number 1 is California, followed by Massachusetts, Washington, Oregon, Connecticut, Minnesota, Idaho, New Hampshire, Colorado, Michigan. Wow. I'm shocked that New York isn't on here at all. Where is... Is it going to load, or is it going to be one of those sites that, like, you have to, like, pay to see the rest or something like that? Oh, here we go. Okay, so then Vermont, Utah, New Jersey. Dang, New Jersey beat New York in terms of this. Wisconsin, Illinois, New York, 16. Wow. I'm shocked. I would have sworn that, like, New York would have been way higher. Wow. But you can tell majority of it is like east. Well, this is also modern. With modern population, it's mostly upper Midwest, West Coast, and like New England. Yeah, Texas is the only southern state on here, I think. Yeah. What's also interesting, Idaho is up here at number 7. I guarantee you that's because right now a lot of like people and companies are leaving places like California and New York and like moving to other states. And Idaho is a very popular one, especially for like businesses and starting like new businesses. So that would actually kind of make sense that Idaho would be higher up because of that, because it is slowly becoming a more business like hub in the US. Same with Texas. Yeah, it is kind of the more affluent areas too. That's interesting. I would not have guessed that it would have been like that. Okay, anyway, back to what we were reading. Let's see. No, it's okay. No problem, Pirate. No, I love going down rabbit holes like that. You never know what you're gonna find. Let's see. It is the principal object of the present invention to improve upon toy novelties of the type set forth by providing a new and improved means for securing the magnet against shifting upon the card, but it is to be understood that the invention is equally applicable to other novelties in which the article of manufacture of some sort is to be held non-shiftably upon a display card. In the accompanying drawing, which forms part of the... Okay, yeah, so it's basically a way to like secure like the like things to like cards and stuff like that with magnets and with less like staples. Yeah, okay, yeah, attaching the it's a different way of attaching the magnet, because it says here, experience has taught that when the magnet is connected with the card by stapling in the usual manner, it often becomes disarranged on the card or detached entirely. Thereupon, during shipment, particularly when is the principal object of this invention to improve upon toy novelties of the type set forth by providing a new and improved means for securing the magnet against shifting upon the card. Okay, so that's what it is. It's specifically to like a new way of like securing these types of magnets, and he just happened to use this terrifying gingerbread man as the example presented to us. But all right, so I think with that, let's use this information that we got here. So William James Kerr, and thank God we got a full middle name. Smethport, Pennsylvania. All right. Let's go ahead and let's start. So, William. I'll put J first, just to see, because a lot of times they don't put full middle name in like census records and stuff. So Kerr. And then Smethport. Smethport, Pennsylvania. We know he lived there in 1922. So let's see. I don't know if Smithfield is or Smethport is enough. Is it that? God, Smethport is making me sound like giving me like a list. I think I don't know if it's a big enough place for it to be like have a city directory, but we'll see. All right, off to the races. Okay. 1950 census. 1910 census. Let's see. Do we have anything from the 1920s? Philadelphia? No. There's a lot of them living in Philadelphia. Hold on, let me look up where Smithfield is real quick and just see. Or Smethport, sorry. Where is this? Okay, here we go. Where is this? Oh, wow. It is... It is not near anything. Wow. Okay, so they're definitely not going to have a city directory. That is middle of nowhere. And I've known some people from Pennsylvania, and what they say about Pennsylvania is that you have Philadelphia at one end, Pittsburgh on the other, and it's Kentucky in between. Pennsyltucky, as they call it, and that looks like deep Pennsyltucky. Wow. Look, how population in 2020, the population was 1,400. This might be like our smallest town we've come across when it comes to like these patents. Now, this does make me a little nervous because it makes me think, are they going to have like a newspaper or anything? Because like I don't see like what the... Okay, hold on. What was the name of the county? Was McKern County? Or McKean. Sorry, McKean County. How big is McKean County? Okay. That's a pretty big area. Its county seat is Smethport is the county seat. Wow. The entire population of the whole county is 40,000 people. That's smaller. That's smaller than the city I grew up in. And that's the whole county. Wow, and if Smethport is the county seat... Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, McKean County Fairgrounds. Look at that. Probably where they have the county fair every year. McKean County Historical Society. They might have something there. Wow. Hold on, I want to see what Main Street looks like. You know, it's... For a city of 1,400, it's a bit more... It's a bigger Main Street than I thought it would be. Well, unfortunately, that's not around anymore. Got a... interesting gas station. Oh, is that... That looks like the county seat right there. Oh, whoops. Whoa, we accidentally went back to 2009. Yeah, this is definitely the county, like, building. Court of Angels. Huh. Courtyard restaurant. That says temporarily closed. I mean, it just looks like basic run-of-the-mill, middle of nowhere, Main Street. At a pawn shop seems to be like the only thing that's open. There are a lot of empty storefronts, unfortunately. They're empty storefronts, but it still looks nice though. Like it looks like they've been, if they have closed, they haven't been closed long or they keep up the buildings. Okay. Wow, look at those. Ooh, I like that storefront. Again, it says temporarily closed. That's not a good sign. Maybe the population was bigger when William was living here. Okay. All right, now that we figured out, now that we're gone through that distraction, let's get back to figuring out. Okay, so we know, I'm pretty sure that it's probably not going to be any of these. Let's get out of here real quick because there is again a 1951 and a 1910 one. It's the 1910 one that makes me think that, like, this is him. And just that for whatever reason, he's not... Huh. Okay. Let's see. All right. So looking at this, so we have a William J. Kerr, and he has... Oh, okay. He has 3 daughters. 13, 9... Is that like 1 in 7 months? Widowed. Okay. He still has his mother. His mother's named Fanny. And his sister's named Fanny. Okay. He was born in England, according to this. But his sister was born in... Is his sister... Yeah, his sister's a few years younger than him. She was born in New York, so they emigrated at some point between, like, these two. So he's 9 years younger. So at some point, in that 9-year age gap is when they immigrated. So, but they're from England. Oh, immigrant year, 1870. NA, so he's a naturalized citizen. Occupation. Is that farmer? Jeweler. Is that jeweler? Interesting. That would maybe explain why he's working with, like, small stuff, like the staples and the magnets and stuff. That would make sense, kind of. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty confident this is him. The problem is that there are things that are just William Kerr, and William Kerr is a more common thing. I just want to make sure there aren't any other, real quick, like, other William J. Kerrs living in... Let's do state. Let's see. Okay, there's this William J. Kerr. (1844). Hold on. Yeah, because there's this one, 1844 to 1922. Wait, when was our thing filed? December of 1922. So it can't be him. It can't be this one. Did this person live in Lawrence? No. There's nothing here that says anything about him living in... Yeah, so that's not him. That's a different William J. Kerr right there. So that makes me think it's the England one. Because this one didn't live actually in Smith. Let's narrow it down to, like, county. Seven. Oh, US city directories. Hold on. Okay. Okay, Kerr. William J. Jeweler. Main Street. Corner Kennedy. House 170 Mechanic. So there's a Patrick Kerr and a Michael Kerr, Lizzie Kerr, Mary, and Mary Kerr. And this is in Bradford. Bradford is the county. There was a town. Where was it? I saw it on here. Here. This is Bradford. In the same county. So he maybe moved. Okay. And it says he's a jeweler, so it's the same one. I think we're lucky, and I think we found our guy. I feel very confident that this is our guy. Because there's nothing else that comes up. Let me just keep everything else the same, but let me just get rid of the J, just to make sure there's not another William Kerr. William James Kerr. That's who we're looking for. There's a William Eddie Kerr. Hold on. Age 42. 1898. Salesman. Hold on. Is this William Eddy? I think this is William Eddy. Because hold on, birth year about 1898. 1897. Okay, yeah, that's Eddy. That's William Eddy Kerr. So we know that that's not him. Yeah, England, Smithport, 1930. Okay, yeah. No, I think we found our guy. Okay. Hold on. What is this? Maud and Will Kerr, Dave and Blanche Bradley. Maud. Is that? No. Well, hold on. We don't know what his wife's name was yet. She died. That could be them. Hold on, wait. I need to open this in another thing. Link to... Oh, wait, hold on. Is this him? William James Kerr, England, Smithport. Yeah. Somebody made this, but didn't connect everything. Okay, hold on. They just added a bunch of photos. Whoa. So they don't have any documents associated with this, but they have all of his... Wow. So these look like... Okay, they went to his grave, which is here in this cemetery. Then there's these photos. Wow, look at that. That's him. We found our guy. That's awesome that we found him. So then that looks like him. Yeah, that's him right here. And that's Maud. Oh, it's so awesome to get not just one photo, but like a group photo, and his wife. And we have his wife, and... Okay, so it looks like Maud's full name was Maud Elizabeth Bradley, and the other guy here is David Ridout Bradley, so that's probably her brother. That's why they're in this photo together. They're siblings. Wow. I also like that you can tell that they're smiling. A lot of times in these old photos, it's very, like, stoic. And this has to be a pretty old photo because she's gone by 1910. So this is a pre-1910 photo. They look pretty young. This could be, like, from, like, the 1890s or something like that. Which, again, why it's interesting, you can tell that they're, like, smiling. Because a lot of times they didn't. And that looks like him. He looks like Oppenheimer. Him with... I'm assuming that's probably one of his daughters. I wonder if he remarried. Is that... That's him on a William Kerr and Smithport parade. Look at that thing. Oh, it's a Ford dealership. Sponsored. Oscar 2. Look at that. And you can see the wheels poking out the bottom there. Wow. What else? Kerr's. Kerr, he had a theater? He had a theater. Or maybe a relative had a theater? Harry, Grandma, Fanny, William Kerr. Okay, so that's his mother. So the people that we see... Okay, here. Fanny and Fanny P. That's them. Look at that. Wow, we have so many photos of this family. It's crazy that whoever made this, like, thing for him didn't link any of the documents. It's just the photos. And then I think we get into, like, all the pictures of the graveyard where he's buried. Then what's this? Kerr wedding. Miss Maud E. Bradley and Mr. W. J. Kerr were joined in the holy bonds of matrimony this afternoon at 3 o'clock. The wedding occurred at the residence of the bride's parents, Mr. and Mrs. F. W. Bradley, number 29 Pleasant Street. Only the intimate relatives were present. Reverend G. Chapman Jones performed the ceremony. The groom is a prominent jeweler of Olean, and the bride is one of the accomplished young ladies of Bradford. They will reside in Olean. Their many friends wish them a life of sunshine and prosperity. We don't have a year. We don't have a year for this. Where's Olean? I feel like I saw it on here. Hold on. Olean. Oh, New York? Oh. It's just across the border in New York. Okay, so he might have lived in Olean for a little bit. So he might have lived in New York some, too. Okay. We're getting more information. But first, before we find anything more, we can mark some bingo spots off. Let's see. So we can mark off, let's see. I'm going to mark, compared to our patent, I'm going to mark unrelated job because he's a jeweler. Yes, it kind of makes sense why he would invent, like, something small related to cards, but it's not related specifically to jewelry. He was definitely like a hands, like definitely like can work with like small stuff kind of guy. But it's not specifically related to jewelry, so I'm gonna mark unrelated job. We know he's in more than one census record. Let's see. Picture found. We did find his picture. Widowed and divorced. Single, no kids, birth certificate. Oh, do I not have immigrant on this one? Ah, dang it. And dang it. On the bingo card, I have other like extra squares that don't always show show up on every single card. And I have an immigrant one. And we don't have it this time. Ah, come on, man. Okay. So, let's go ahead and look at some of these other records. Wait, do I have city directory? Wait, hold on. I didn't see. I don't. Dang it. That's 2 right there I could have gotten. But I can't because they're not on this bingo card. So we got a lot of good information right off the bat. Okay, so that's the 1910 one. What's the oldest one we have here? This is 1870, but I don't think that's him. Because he wasn't... Wait. No, it is him. Sorry, it was 1866 he was born, right? Or 1867, like somewhere around there. Okay. So this is him. Wow. 4 years old. Okay, wow. So they must have moved. If he's 4 years old, they must have moved. Oh wait, no, they did move in 1870, right? Isn't that what it? That's what it says in this one, right? Where is it? Yeah, 1870. Okay, so this is the same year that they moved. Wow. So yeah, his father. Oh wait, his father is William Kerr. His father is a William Kerr. You know what that means? We got a junior space right there. Look at that. We got a junior space. All right. Yeah, 4 years old. Henry is 4 months. He has an older brother named Thomas. There's Fanny. He's a boiler maker. Okay. And his father's Scottish. Okay. So his father's from Scotland. He's Scottish. No information on like birth or marriage month for them. So Henry was born New York. Okay, so he was born birth month December. Wait. This is August of 1870. So maybe they moved like right at the end of 1869? If he was born here. Or is that 1 month? Or is that a 4? Well, that doesn't... Hold on real quick. Sorry, I just need to check something. Okay, sorry. Had to respond to a message real quick. All right. So, wow, I think we're going to get a lot of information on good old William here. Okay, so now we have this 1880 census. Are they still living? Okay, now they're living in Hornellsville. Okay, William, Fanny, Thomas. Wow, they have more kids. So 2 more kids, George and Fanny. Okay, so Fanny is the other daughter that we see, the sister that we see in the other records. And yeah, and his father is still alive. We know his father's not around by 1910. William's 16. He's at school. He's still a boiler maker. Works in boiler shop. Okay, so he's working with his dad in a boiler shop. Hold on, where is Hornellsville? Okay. So it's more kind of middle, like, New York. Okay. So they're not, it's interesting that they didn't stay in New York City. Because a lot of immigrants at the time would just kind of stay in New York City. They're staying in Hold on. Where is that? How do you even... There we go. Yeah, they're moving all over And he's still a Boilermaker, so I guess he was able to get the same job wherever they moved to. Also, we don't know what his father's middle name is, so it might be a little difficult to figure out exactly who he is. Okay, so then we got that. 1880. Do we have an 1890? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, an 1900. So jumping forward 20 years. He's 34. Is he married yet? He has to be married, right? Yeah. Okay, he's married. Yeah, February 1866, August 1865, married. Years married, 10 years. So they got married in 1890. Okay, this is definitely a mistake because it says children born and children living. It says 0, but they literally have $2 right here. Wait. $1897, 1884. Wait, is that? Oh, domestic servant? They have a wow. They have a servant. Okay. Interesting. Mount Jewett in McKean. So that's. Oop. Sorry about that. Hold on, accidentally clicked that. Because they have a daughter, Grace. Is she not? Wait. Is Grace adopted? Because why else would they say 0 born and 0 living if they have a daughter right here? She might be adopted. She was born in Pennsylvania. Servant. Yeah, and he's a jeweler. Yeah, and again, it says he's a naturalized citizen. Okay. And yeah, then we have the 1910 one. Well, in the 1910 one, hold on. Daughter, yeah, Grace. They have Grace. And they have Hester, another daughter. And Primrose, who's really young. It's making me wonder if something happened when Primrose was born. That something happened to Maud. And I'm really curious if he remarried. I guess we'll see in the 1920 census. This is probably him. Yeah, Smithport. Okay. Grace, daughter. Yeah, no. Widowed. So far, he's not remarried. Oh, he's on Main Street. 223. Okay. Yeah, England. Manufacturer. Hold on. Wait, manufacturer toys. Oh, shoot. Wait, he switched. In between night, he was still a jeweler. He was a jeweler in 1910, but by 1920, he's manufacturing toys, and the patent was 1922. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna have to change that bingo. It's not an unrelated job. He's making toys now. He's switched from jewelry to toy making. So then, where is it? Job-related patent. Right here. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get the Alive After 2000 or the No Grave, because we know he has a grave, and we know he's dead before 2000, because he was born in 1866, or, yeah. And I don't think he lived to be 134 years old. I think he'd break the record for, like, the oldest living person. Okay. So he was a toy maker. I wonder what made him switch. Okay, 1930. Let's see, what does it say? Okay, now it's saying he lives in New York. Is this the same? Yeah, Fanny Primrose, his daughter, is 21. Wow, his mother is 86. Wow. And is, yeah, still living with his sister. Wow. Fanny was... she was tough. She's still living out there. State Road. Well, that's not helpful. So they lived out in the countryside, it looks like. If they're living on... if it says State Road. Okay. Where... okay, so what is he doing? Yeah, naturalized citizen. Inventor toys. Okay, he's still inventing toys. He must have other patents then. If he's a toy inventor, he must have other patents. Okay, hold on. That's 1930. What's the latest census we have for him? There's a 1950 census. Is this him? That says NJ Ter, but like, can that just be like a transcription error? Hold on. Father-in-law. Hester, hold on. 73. Hester is, that's one of his daughters, right? Yes, Hester, who was born, if he's 1901 roughly is when she would be born, which means in 1940 she would be 39 or 40? 39. This is them. This is them. Yeah, that is a W. It's just they got like weird with it. W.J. Kerr. Father-in-law. 73. Wow. And where are they living? They're back in Smithport. Back in Smithport. Is he working still? No. His son-in-law works in an oil refinery. Yeah, he's... wait, what is OT? Does that say? Other. For one, answering no to... okay. It's just other. We don't know. We don't know what that means, unfortunately. in this case. They don't write down any details. So he's retired, it looks like, at this point at 73, which, you know, makes sense, especially at this point. 73. He's living with his daughter and her family. Okay, and then there's one more, the 1950 census. So he'd be 83 at that point. Where was it? I saw it. There it is. Is he still living with Hester? Yep, he is. William J. Kerr. Yep, still living with Hester. 84. Yeah, not working. Yeah, his son-in-law still working at the oil refinery, and his 2 grandkids. Oh, William K. Look at that. We have another. So she named her son after him. That's cute. He's a truck driver for a retail grocery store, and she's a nursemaid. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so that's all the census records. But there's a lot on this guy. Okay, I want to look at this. If this is actually him. This looks as it's a London birth certificate. We don't get birth certificates too often here. But I'm pretty sure that it, yeah, father William Kerr and hold on. Where was he born? The parish of St. Paul, Deptford High Street, Lewisham. Hold on, where is he? Person named. Surname. Where is there? Kerr. William and Tom. Okay, so this is both of them. Both of them are listed here. August. William James Kerr. August 1867. Wait, or is that just the date it was recorded? Or when baptized. Okay. That's when they were baptized. They baptized them both at the same time. Okay, that's what that means. I think they wrote down the wrong date for him, because I think that's supposed to be their birthday. Yeah, Boilermaker. Still, he was a Boilermaker in England. Dang, he had one skill and he used it. What's this top part? By whom the ceremony was performed. Oh, okay. Rupert Turner, it looks like. Abode. 20. Oxley and Wolverhampton? It looks like Wolverhampton. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, where's Lewisham? Where's Lewisham in England? Is it London? Oh, it's a borough of London. Okay. Wow, I was actually just not that far from here. I was just over here, like, a few days ago. Hold on, what was the name of the... St. Paul's, Deptford. Deptford High Street. Okay. Deptford High Street. Okay. Now, is the church still there? Deptford Methodist, St. Nichols, New Cross, Seventh-day Advent, Parachurch, Early Assumption. St. Paul's. That's it. This is the church. Look at that. We found the... Yeah, St. Paul's, Deptford. That's where he was baptized. And it says he was living... Oxley... It looks like Wolverhampton. Oops. That's like all the way over here. I don't know why they would come all the way down there to get baptized. Where's... Okay, hold on. Where's... No, that's over there in that part of London. Hold on. Oh, Oxley, not Oakley. Oops. There is an Oxley Street in Wolverhampton. There is an Oxley. It's not that big of a street, but there is a street. Hold on. 20. Okay, there's not a number like that anymore, but that could be the street right there. It looks like it's been built up since he would have been there. Those look like fairly modern, well, pre-18. Yeah, those are fairly modern apartment buildings. So if that's where they lived, Berman. Okay, it's like near it at least. Is that a part? It has to be a part of London because there's no. Why would they go all the way from like Birmingham in the 1860s? Why would they go all the way from Birmingham? Let's see. Hey, on. Good to see you. No, I can give you a quick update. Just to run it down very quickly. We are researching this guy, a guy named William James Kerr, who invented this. This is a little magnet with a creepy gingerbread on it. I honestly just picked it because it reminds me of Shrek. But that's what we're researching. It's a patent for like a new way to attach magnets and everything. We found out it's invented by a guy named William James Kerr from Smethport, Pennsylvania. And good news is, we found him. We found him, and hold on, where was it? And this is him. We actually have full-on pictures of him. Him when he was younger. That's him with his wife, Maud. right there. Uh, him when he's older with one of his daughters. But and him on a little parade float in the town that he lived in. Um, like this is, I think, the most photos we've ever gotten of a person. Here's him, yeah, when he's a lot older. That's his mother, and that's his sister. Um, and basically, what we know is that he was born in London, or in England. He was born in England. Then his parents immigrated with him from England to the U.S. when he was like 3 or 4 years old. His father was a boilermaker. Um, and then he grows up to be a jeweler for several decades. And he lived in this small town in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, called Smethport, and kind of moved around in that part of Pennsylvania and like southern New York. And then in 1920, or around 1920, he quits being a jeweler and becomes a toy manufacturer. Hence the patent. Hence the patent we have right here. And then let's see, toy manufacturer. And then we know that eventually he goes on to move in with his. After he gets older, he moves in with his daughter and his family, or her family. He's retired and not working by the age of 73. Lives to the age of, I think, 85. Passes away, dies in 1951. And right now, what we're looking at here is his baptism record from when he was living in, when he was still living in the UK, in England. As we can see here, William James Kerr is his name, and I'm trying to figure out where he lived, because it says here, it looks like it says he lived in a place called Wolverhampton, and what I'm trying to figure out though is that the church that he got baptized in is in like this part of London here, because we found the church. The church still exists, but Wolverhampton is all the way over here near Birmingham. So why did they go all the way from here to London in the 1860s to get them baptized? Why wouldn't they get baptized at the local place, or like the local church, something like that? Because this is, for 1860, I mean, trains, yes, were around, or like starting to become more common, but still, that is a long journey for most people in 1860. Yeah, and so here we go. That's the church. That's the church that he got baptized at. So I'm trying to figure out real quick if there's a Wolverhampton. Let me just Google real quick. Wolverhampton, London. No, I'm not getting anything for a place in London. So for some reason, they came all the way from near Birmingham to London to get baptized, which is crazy. But anyway, okay, because we have a lot to look at here. Let's move on. Let's see. What was the other thing? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Pennsylvania marriages. Let's look at that one, because we looked at all the census records. Oh, no, wait, actually, we missed this one. The 1875 New York State census record. Let's see if it says anything different.